Located on the inland sea in western Honshu, Hiroshima will forever be associated with the dropping of the first atomic bomb on August 6, 1945. Despite this devastating event, a tragedy that destroyed much of the city, killing an estimated 260,000 people and injuring more than 160,000 others, Hiroshima and its resilient people bounced back. In fact, this remarkable city, which many believed would be uninhabitable for decades, had doubled its pre-war population by 1974. Today, Hiroshima is regarded as the world's peace capital and is home to notable attractions such as the Hiroshima Peace Institute and several important structures that survived the bombing, serving as sobering reminders of that fateful day. In this video, we're going to take a look at the top 10 rated tourist attractions in Hiroshima. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more awesome travel guides and hit the notification bell so you'll know when we publish a new video. Let's get started. At number 10, we have the Hiroshima City Transportation Museum and other museums. In addition to its many fine museums dealing with war and peace, Hiroshima boasts numerous other attractions. One of the most popular is the Hiroshima City Transportation Museum, with its collection of old trams and streetcars, including the famous A-bomb tram that survived the devastation of 1945. For kids, a visit to the Hiroshima Children's Museum will entertain for hours with its many hands-on interactive science displays and exhibits, as well as an excellent planetarium. Also worth checking out are the Hiroshima City Ibayama Museum of Meteorology, a fun place to explore weather and its effects, and the Hiroshima City Museum of History and Traditional Crafts, with displays related to local industry and agriculture. Coming in at number 9 is the Hiroshima Museum of Art and other galleries. Consisting of 8 galleries, the Hiroshima Museum of Art is just one of a number of world-class art galleries worth visiting. Highlights include a collection of paintings by European masters such as Monet, Renoir, Degas, Miro and Picasso, representing key movements such as Romanticism and Impressionism. There are also numerous works by leading Japanese artists such as Ryohei Koiso and Yasuo Kazuki. Be sure to also visit the Hiroshima Prefectural Art Museum. Opened in 1968, it focuses on the work of local artists, including collections of art related to the atomic bombing as well as a children's gallery. The Hiroshima City Museum of Contemporary Art is also worthwhile, with its many permanent and temporary exhibits. At number 8, we have Fuen Temple. The city's Fuen Temple is a fine example of the architecture of the Muromachi period, which spanned from the 14th to 16th centuries. Although only 4 kilometers from the epicenter of the atom bomb blast, the main building survived intact, apart from some damage to its roof. Highlights of a visit include seeing the temple's main hall, famous for its elegantly carved statue, which is now designated as a national treasure. There are also numerous important statues sprinkled among the temple's other buildings, as well as a bell tower dating from the 15th century. Next up at number 7 is Midera Temple. Of Hiroshima's many fine historic temples, one of the most attractive is Midera. Originally built in 809 CE and reconstructed after the war, the site is as famous for its splendid temple as it is for its beautiful grounds. Come autumn, the trees here burst into an array of vibrant reds and golds as the maples change color. Also known as the Three Falls Temple for its location at the foot of Mount Mitaki, the temple is notable for its red lacquered pagoda, Tohoto, and nearby waterfalls. At number 6 is the Memorial Cathedral for World Peace. One of the largest Roman Catholic churches in Asia, the huge grey Memorial Cathedral for World Peace was built in 1954 on the initiative of a German Jesuit priest named Hugo Lassalle, who had experienced the explosion of the atomic bomb firsthand. Officially designated as the Assumption of Mary Cathedral, it was designed by leading Japanese architect Murano Togo. The building was largely paid for by contributions made by numerous countries and stands as a testament to the ability of nations to work together when necessary. Highlights of a visit include seeing the cathedral's 4 bells in the 46-meter high tower presented by the German town of Bochum. Other notable features include the splendid organ provided by the city of Cologne, the bronze doors from Dusseldorf, and the altar presented by Belgium. If time allows, consider popping in during daily Mass. Located on the banks of the Ota River sits the beautiful Shuke-en Garden, which comes in at number 5. This oasis of peace and tranquility was splendidly laid out by Asano Nagaakira of Kyoto in 1620 in imitation of the famous landscaped garden on the western lake of the old South Chinese Song Dynasty capital of Hangzhou. Once the home of Emperor Meiji, the gardens opened to the public after being donated to the city in 1940. Despite heavy damage from the nuclear attack of 1945, the gardens reopened in all their former glory in 1951. A highlight of a visit is simply walking its many garden trails and traversing its bridges while enjoying the abundance of pools and streams which draw their water from the Ota River. For a truly memorable experience, consider joining one of the authentic tea ceremonies offered at the on-site tea houses. Alternatively, drop into the Sansuite tea shop for a soothing tea or coffee and a sweet treat. An even better experience during the spring blossoms or fall colors. At number 4, we have Hiroshima Castle, also known as the Castle of Carp. Hiroshima Castle was built in 1593 as the residence of local nobleman Fukushima Masanori, before passing into the possession of famous samurai Asano Nagaakira in 1619. The castle's lovely 5-story main tower, fully reconstructed in 1958, contains an informative museum dealing with both the history of the city and the castle itself. From here, you'll also enjoy fine views over Hiroshima, the harbor, and the island of Miyajima from the top floor. Of interest within the castle grounds are 3 trees that famously survived the atomic blast: a willow, a holly, and a eucalyptus, as well as a concrete bunker used for radio broadcasts after the bombing. Be sure to also view the castle at night when it is lit up in colorful displays that change with the season. At number 3 is the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum, a must-see when visiting Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park. The museum contains numerous graphic exhibits conveying the terrible reality of the atomic bombing and takes about 2 hours to see in its entirety. The East Building tells the story of Hiroshima before and after the bombing, while the West Building concentrates on the events of that fateful August day. One of the most popular of Hiroshima's tourist attractions, the Peace Memorial Museum draws more than 1 million visits a year from those wishing to learn about the city's destruction, the causes of the war, and its results. Coming in at number 2 is the island shrine of Itsukushima, also known as Miyajima. Miyajima, meaning Shrine Island, is one of Japan's most important and most visited coastal sites. Covering some 30 square kilometers of Hiroshima Bay, the island is famous for the spectacular Itsukushima Shrine, dedicated to the princesses Itsukushima Hime, Togori Hime, and Togitsu Hime, daughters of the Shinto wind god Susanoo. First mentioned in 811 CE, the shrine's buildings rise out of the waters of a small bay supported on piles and, at high tide, appear to float on water, presenting a picturesque and colorful spectacle with their red timber framing and white walls. It's a particularly attractive sight at nighttime. Highlights of a visit include the main hall, the offerings hall, the prayer hall, and the Hall of 1,000 Mats. You'll also want to see at the far end, and flanked by 2 music pavilions, the stage used for cult dances. Dances are performed here during festivals. Be sure to spend time exploring the island itself. It's quite lovely to see and is famous for its exquisite gardens and wild yet friendly deer. And finally, at number 1, we have Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park. Created to symbolize the need for everlasting peace, Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park commemorates the many victims of the world's first nuclear attack in August 1945. Located at the epicenter of the blast in what was once a bustling part of the city, The park includes a variety of important monuments, memorials, and museums relating to the events of that fateful day and its aftermath. The park attracts more than 1 million visitors each year. In addition to the grounds and gardens with their colorful cherry blossoms, highlights include the Peace Memorial Museum, the Memorial Cenotaph, and the Flame of Peace, as well as perhaps the site's best-known landmark, the A-Bomb Dome. This much-photographed landmark comprises the ruins of the old Chamber of Industry and Commerce, which lay at the epicenter of the explosion. Also of interest are the Children's Peace Monument, with its sculptures of a young girl holding a paper bird, and the monument to the victims of the atomic bomb, a concrete arch through which the A-Bomb Dome can be seen. And there you have the top 10 rated tourist attractions in Hiroshima. Did you like what you saw? Let us know in the comments down below. Share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fantastic travel guides. See you next time.